welcome back, everyone. It is clear the Iranian regime does not fear the United States, especially with Joe Biden at the helm. In fact, many intelligence analysts believe Iran actually welcomes an adversarial relationship with the United States. If it didn't, Iran would return 4 Americans being detained by the rogue nation as we speak. Those imprisoned include an 84-year-old man and his son. They are serving 10-year sentences for, quote, collaborating with the enemy. That's us, I guess. All 4 prisoners are being held under harsh conditions, solitary confinement, no medical care. They face physical and psychological tortures. The only thing they are guilty of is being American. There they are on your screen. Yet, the Biden administration truly believes negotiating a re-entry into that Obama-era disaster of a nuclear deal could serve as a catalyst to free the Americans. Team Biden is naive, to say the least. The Iranians cannot be trusted. They never could. They never will be. And we still don't know what happened to Robert Levinson, a retired FBI agent that is believed to have died or been most likely executed after his capture in 2007 in Iran. Well, Team Biden's weak views about how to deal with Iran is prevalent among the left. The belief is this, that we, America, must apologize for the United States, that we are sorry for our love of democracy and our wish that that democracy spreads across the globe. If we do that, the leftists believe those in Iran will start liking us, that the leadership of Iran will start liking us if we just, well, be nice to them. It is a view once held by Wang Xiyue, a student who traveled to Iran to do historical research. He thought he'd be left alone by subscribing to those viewpoints. Of course, if he remained apolitical, he'd be okay. Well, like Joe Biden, that assumption was grossly naive. Iran promptly arrested Wang Xiyue on false espionage charges. The arrest came just after the U.S. entered the flawed nuclear deal with Iran. See, they don't care. They sentenced this poor man to 10 years in prison. The Trump administration helped arrange for his release in a prisoner swap 2 years later. 2 years in Iranian prison. That student no longer feels the same way about Iran, and he joins us now. Wang Xiyue, thank you so much for coming on the program, sir.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
So let me ask you, Xiyue, what was it like for you, the 2 years in prison?
Well, to be precise, I was in prison, in the Iranian prison for 40 months, 40 months, 3 years and 4 months. It was a horrible experience.
I'm sorry. What did they do to you? Torture? Psychological? Physical?
Well, they threw me into a solitary confinement, and then they interrogated me daily. And after about a month, they forced me into confession for being an American spy. They were very straightforward and told me, matter-of-factly, that you have to confess for being an American spy. We need you as a spy so that we can achieve a prisoner swap deal with the United States to get Iranian prisoners back and the Iranian frozen assets back from the United States. Otherwise, if you don't confess, you'll never go home. So,
and you ever engage in any kind of course, you ever engage in any kind of espionage, Xiyue?
Well, the only thing I did there was to study Persian because I love the Iranian culture and the civilization, and then try to do a dissertation research. My research topic was a comparative governance case study in the frontier, northern frontier of Iran and Russia. And then it's a history research. It was a 100-year-old project. I mean, the period I looked at was early 20th century, and then that was the only thing I did with the permission of the Iranian government.
And so you went in with the view that if you're nice to them, if you're apolitical, you'll be okay. What is your message to the Biden administration now, especially about this nuclear deal and their views of Iran?
Well, the Biden administration believes that the United States, have treated Iran badly, unfairly, and therefore the Iranian behavior towards the United States is reactive. meaning if the United States change its approach towards Iran, then the Iranians would change their behavior. And then if they haven't, that's because we haven't tried hard enough. So I always argue that the JCPOA between 2016 and 2018 showed adequately demonstrated that this approach cannot work. But unfortunately, the Biden administration believes it didn't work last time because we didn't try hard enough. So let's give them even more concessions. Let's give them even more sanction relief.
Xiyue, real quick, if you can, as we're running out of time here. You wrote in a Wall Street Journal piece that I read that you believe that the Iranians actually welcome confrontation with the United States. They welcome President Trump because they wanted this confrontation. Is that right? Yes,
absolutely, to the extent they can handle. But I think President Trump's approach to Iran was effective. And then the pressure on Iran was much greater than the regime has expected. And then the maximum pressure campaign against Iran was working. We were able to bring down the Iranian foreign exchange reserve from $200 billion in the end of 2017, before the campaign started, to $4.8 billion by the end of 2020. And that's obviously successful. But unfortunately, the Biden administration is repealing that.
Absolutely they are, and it's bad news. I believe, Xiyue, that you're blessed that President Trump was in office to get you out. I feel for these 4 prisoners that are there now. I don't think the Biden administration is capable of it. Real quick, if you can, just 10 seconds. Do you think the Biden administration is capable of getting these people freed?
Well, I really hope that the 4 Americans will come home as soon as possible. But the approach that the Biden administration is doing, I'm not confident when they will come home. And even if they come home, if the Biden administration gives Iranians undue concessions, that will only encourage the Iranians to arrest more Americans to replenish the stock of hostages.
Well, that, Xiyue, is how terrorists work. You give them an inch, they take a mile. You cannot negotiate with terrorists, and that's what the Iranians are. I am so glad, sir, that you are okay, that you're here back safe in the United States of America. And I'm so grateful you come on the program. You know, this is a fascinating story, but I'm so sorry you had to go through all of this. Xiyue Wang, thank you for coming on the program. A sincere
thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.